up. So I'm sorry, but that is not normal. And we all know that the camera even adds on pounds, and it's hard to get a full scope on pictures of how bad a thin horse is. But I'm sorry, that's not normal. You cannot, with good intentions, say that is a good looking horse that's getting a letdown.
I mean, fodder may have some nutritional value to it, but it cannot be used. It cannot be used solely as a feed.
Yeah, they can absolutely have ulcers. I've seen many horses that have ulcers coming off the track. And again,
turkey sausage.
You know,
I'm just kidding, Bo.
There's still just nothing that you can say to make me feel like this horse was being taken care of.
All the time.
That's his butt.
Who's that? Shut the fuck up.
That's his butt. Here, let me show you from the rear view.
Hey, Paul.
That was a side view.
You're only here because he wants you here. Just stay away from my wife.
That's all rain rot. Here's another view.
Come around. No, I get it. You're just being protective. I do the same
Another
thing.
view.
Or a kid. Or even like
I'm sorry, that's not normal. Even with ulcers. Then if he had ulcers to that extent, he should have been being treated for ulcers. And you can't say that you didn't recognize or see that was happening to him. You know what I mean? So I don't care what people think about me in any way, shape, or form, but you can't disagree with me just because you want to disagree. I mean, you can, but this isn't going to fly as that is a normal letdown. Sorry.
Yeah, Sydney, that horse, that picture she's showing, that horse raced in January of 2023 and then went to the property where the Arabians are now and stayed for 3 to 5 weeks. And when they picked him up, that's what he looked like.
And this was under Kathy's care. So this is before Christo even came to the property. And something that Kathy kept harping to me was that she had never taken care of an emaciated horse before. She didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know what she was getting herself into, blah, blah, blah. But
she might not have taken care of one, but she sure did emaciate one.
Yes. I'm sorry. But and so it just shows that there's been a lot of untruthfulness from the two sides. And I'm going to show you guys, I have receipts of almost every single thing that they are saying in there, which is lucky because I have receipts of all of it, of what they're saying. What's up, Bobcat? Look, I joined the live again. I'm dying.
But I mean, it took them quite a few months to get him back looking good again, to where they could.
It took him until August.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, now we're sidekicks. I wonder if it'll be like they were calling me Dawn. Dawn was my girlfriend. So when she came over for when Dawn came over to Judas for dinner, she was joking. She's like, "Oh, are you cooking for me on our first date?" I told her, I was like, apparently we're lesbian lovers at this point as well. And the thing is you guys don't hear me talking about these people like that at all. I will tell you the situation when it comes to the horses and maybe defend myself. But in the end of the day, you don't hear me talking about people calling them lesbians and or whatever, crazy or sociopathic narcissist or whatever. I don't go and diagnose people because I am not a psychiatrist, but I'm not the one who's doing that kind of stuff. So everybody's like, "Oh, she's the mean girl," and I'm like, not really.
Working development.
I have no words.
I just won't put up with I just won't put up with people's shit, and I will call you out.
What you said is good or bad?
Just because you don't like it doesn't make it any less the truth.
So strong and handsome.
Was it, well, who was it? Wild Child that was getting upset over the use of words?
Yeah, I can almost guarantee you that was Claire or Bree.
Just switch to Carla. I mean, what do
And
you
I'm thinking it was Bree because Claire has a new girlfriend and she is like busy with her most of the time. So I'm pretty sure that that was Bree. Which is fine, whatever. But they try to catch you up on the things. But the funny thing is that if you go over to the people that they're supporting, they're like actively using those words in a negative light, not in an educational way.
Yeah.
Did she really, Bobcat? Oh my goodness gracious. But it's okay when they do it, even though they're doing it in a malicious way. But if I'm doing it in a,
Bobcat, you're kidding.
like-
She stalked you to Facebook?
yeah, they'll try like different methods. If I don't answer one way or if I blocked them one way, they'll go on to another method or whatever.
We're near. That's bad.
Jesus.
That is hilarious.
How do they even know your name, your real name, Bobcat?
Does a good guy try to rip your head off because you broke a light bulb?
Okay, you shot the guy at the Broncos game because he bumped into your churro.
No. Snapped it in half.
Well, now they moved over to
To
JB Muleskinner. They're now, because I went on the offline for a couple of days and they can't help it. They have to have somebody to attack. And I knew that was going to happen. I even said it in my post on Facebook. It's like, give them a couple of days and they'll find a new target and head over to them. And you see that everything got super quiet for those couple of days because they had no content. They had no one to talk about for a couple of days.
Oh, and they were quiet too. They were quiet.
So you're welcome for coming back and giving you more content.
You embedded in the tree. Turned up.
I just decided that I wasn't going to play the I Love Kathy game when I found out, especially about that thoroughbred. When I found out about Arrival. What's up, Joe Claire? When I found out about Arrival, I was like, no, I'm not playing this whole I Love Kathy bullshit game anymore. Because she's not the innocent person that she's portrayed herself out to be in the end of the day. And, you know, maybe it was lack of knowledge when the Off the Track came there. I don't know. When it comes to actually caring for horses, I don't know. But in the end of the day, she has an emaciation case. Oh, Joe, you missed the fun tonight.
Because I have to go back down to Florida.
What's going on now? Name it.
Same shit, different toilet.
The only thing that likes hanging out with her.
As always.
No, it's okay. She's.
But they amaze me because they will stay on live for 3 to 4 hours.
She was put onto a premise-wide quarantine. Oh, God dang it.
Karen, who the fuck I am.
If you don't know how to let a horse down correctly, it can end badly. And it did. And she got lucky that the person came and got that horse. And I'm telling you, this is a ponyer who's seen so many horses come out of Off the Track. He's a ponyer. And when he came, he cried when he saw that horse. It could be a lack of knowledge. I don't know because I wasn't there, right? But I can say that it's a major situation. And for a rescue to be saying that that's a normal letdown for an Off the Track, yes, I have spoke to him. If he can get 200 followers, he'll come on and do a live. He was going to today, but he had a race. And then after the race, I went onto his page and I was like, oh.
Dipshit, dipshit.
Okay, here it is. Shoot.
Yeah, I wouldn't follow him. Everybody needs to go follow him.
Yeah, I didn't put his thing up. It's Ty Hansen 252, I think.
I think so.
I think that's what his is. And he's on a he's going to let loose and tell people because he knows Kathy. He's boarded with her before.
Oh my God, your dad.
You know, the longer this goes on, the more people that will come out of the woodwork and tell things they know about her.
Oh, well, the thing is, I've known some things for a while now, and I just haven't said it. And the reason why is that I had a relationship with the person that had the horses on her property, and I was still able to help her at that point. But now that ARM has started trash talking me everywhere, they ruined that. So now I don't have any reason to hold back on the information that I have. But at the same time, I didn't know about that thoroughbred until a couple days ago, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
What the fuck?
That was just dumb luck there.
And if you guys want to go follow Joe Claire, how many followers do you have now? Do you have 200?
I think we all know why you're here.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've seen a lot of fresh off the tracks. Oh, well, shoot. Why isn't it allowing me to invite you? Oh, there it is. Okay. Hold on.
It's not true. Would you stop spreading rumors about me? Jesus. I haven't thrown a punch since Black
I
Friday.
don't
You
know
are
how to
pissing
invite you in.
Mayor, I think
You can come in without the
you will let you know.
without the video too. Hold on. Let's see. Add guests.
If you find a set of handcuffs, I'm gonna need those back. They also belong to my
Oh,
grandmother.
it's not even putting your name in the potential.
What has been going on?
I don't
Can
know.
you request?
that I know of.
If you press the little, I think it's like little people. I don't know. I'm really not like TikTok literate, you guys. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I think she's pressing for people.
I didn't mean to have a following at all.
Something we should be doing to help Mary?
You know what? All I do is help
Let's see.
let someone else handle this.
Wait a second. I'm willing to help somebody and you're not. And now I'm trying to talk to you
No, it
about
doesn't even show me the possibility. I don't know if you have a setting where it's not allowing. I don't know.
Counseling the other day, this guy,
Gosh, I was hoping 8 Belgians was going to pop in.
his son, was killed in a car crash.
I've not seen her yet.
Apparently his
Yeah, I haven't either.
drive.
But she was asking really good questions. And the thing is that I have a lot of, okay, no problem, Joe Claire. I have a lot of receipts that are contradictory to what they're saying. Like, first of all, where they're saying that I said, hi, I'm the, what's it called, of Falcons Project, which I am the person that started Falcons Project. But this is the first text that I ever sent Terry. Oops. Oh, she puts her phone number out anyways.
Where's my
Never did I say 400, did I?
I wrote like
So she was trying to, did I say I saved 400 horses and blah, blah, blah in my first text message to her. I haven't sent in any text message to her, but also not in my initial either. So I don't know if she's messing, because it seems like she messes up conversations and people's names a lot. And I don't think it's intentional. I think she's accidentally doing it, but it happens a lot.
one deer piece for it.
Oh, are you a private account, Joe Claire?
Who are you? Fucking beer police?
I don't know if she's going to want to come in tonight. Anyways, it's a little bit late, but you can if you want, Joe Claire. Just gotta go put your account not to private.
Found your cow. What? Saw that
I think you
movie
have to
sign?
go out of the live and go to your settings and make it a public account, like edit profile. It's somewhere around there. I don't know. I'd have to look at it.
So,
But I don't think that Terry's doing it intentionally, but she does mess up names and conversations and mix people up. And maybe she just speaks to too many people. I mean, I do that too, where I will sometimes remember things like somebody else said it and I'll think it was someone else and I'll have to go back and look. Oh, another thing that they're speaking of. Earlier, you guys were coming on and saying that
I'll do it myself.
that White Stallion was not unincorporated or was not revoked, but it was. And I found that on the Secretary of State today. Actually, I didn't. Bobcat did. Give me 1 second here.
big fours and 3 of the pictures.
Where it be? There we go.
Waldo's raw dog and your
There
wife.
Revoked. Yeah, I think you only have to have 200 followers. She says she has 377 or something, but it's late. So if you don't want to come in today, Joe Claire, it's okay. It's probably better in the morning anyways, even though I'm sure someone's recording it.
Definitely. You know they're recording.
See you then.
What's funny is that they're always talking about that I have, because here's the deal is I have 3 burners, and I have 3 burners because of Too Raw to Ride. Because if you commented on anything on his stuff, he would immediately block you. And so I had 3 burners, and they make it like I have 500. Do you know how many? I don't have time to go set up all those email addresses and all that kind of stuff. I changed since, but yes, it's 1 a.m. Is it 1 a.m. already?
As I was opening the door, I thought, how does scary movie start with the guy checking out a cabin in the woods? Most of the cabin in the woods.
Which actually not a bad idea, because then I can go back and show people what I actually said, because things like to twist things around. Okay, yeah, I'm in Texas. I can't believe it's 1 o'clock already.
Yeah, it's midnight in Arkansas, so.
Oh, so you're in Arkansas too.
Happy since.
But Joe Claire, I think it would be really beneficial for you to come on tomorrow too, since you have off the track thoroughbred knowledge. I do as well, but I know that I'm not a specialist in that area. I've only taken 1 off the track, and she had been off for a while. So
I mean, I don't have a whole lot of knowledge, but I've seen it firsthand. Been around it and seen it firsthand,
The
so,
worst part is he really shouldn't be gone.
you know.
it says you have 140 followers.
It doesn't matter. I shouldn't be dumping any of this on you.
So you need 60 more followers, Joe Claire. That's why it's not letting me.
Yeah, I totally understand. People
And
try.
they actually touched on that, and they said that, by the way, that as soon as they saw who you were, yeah, it says that you're following 348, but the one that I'm seeing right now, you have 140. So you need 60 more.
Explanation or someone to blame. You know, it's like.
So in this particular account, you need 60 more. But they saw your name and already started coming up with their whole how you're just upset that they got the horses before you or something like that. I don't know.
I'm all with pussy.
Well,
So they're already setting the stage right now to try and discredit you.
Most people are insane.
Yeah, it's discredit. Everybody else is lying. Everybody's lying.
Let me go back. They're crazy.
wish I could talk to them.
Yeah, I'm not going to say they're crazy because people will get mad. I'm just going to say that they have issues.
Probably don't waste your time crying about me.
Again, I won't diagnose people.
Don't let Cole forget who the real father of his daughter is.
In Arkansas, that's like a byword. Serious.
With
I can't drive.
there's a lot of sensitive people in the world, and so I try to stay politically correct as much as possible.
Yeah, I do too, but.
Even if I don't necessarily believe in all the stuff that they believe in, I know that I don't try to offend people. I try not to. However, I'm also going to speak my truth.
I don't try to offend people. I was a nurse for 17 years, so I know. I generally don't say a whole lot, but
Back in Detroit.
I don't want to offend anybody. But
So much as a boarded up house we cry out.
this has just gotten to where it's just totally insane
There's a
now.
guy in there that looked like me.
Because-
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The thing is that Arm said earlier too that kind of stuck out at me. She was like, every single time we do a large herd rescue, stuff like this happens, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, don't you think that that's a problem that someone sees red flags with you every single time? Even Amy and Jules both said that they saw red flags with Arm and tried to shut her down at one point. And I was like, okay, then you understand what I'm seeing here.
Saying sorry.
I mean,
Feeling sick.
she's made mistakes. Like anybody else, you make mistakes.
And the thing is, I don't care about her making mistakes. What I do care is that they go on and act like they've never made mistakes when it comes to other new rescues.
Better than thou.
Yeah, like you're allowed to make mistakes, but no one else is allowed to make mistakes. And I think that's where the hypocrisy comes in. And I'm like, no, I'm going to not allow that.
Let's go.
Sometimes you just really have to sit back and laugh at them.
Yeah, I laugh a lot.
Yeah,
100%.
I do too.
But then they go on personal attacks. And so personal attacks are different when people start going in and copying my family's names and coming into it. And they're doing it to antagonize me. But like my mom, oh my gosh, there's a skunk. Welcome to Texas. It's a cute little skunk. Aw, it's like little.
Hurts when I.
Well, don't pet it.
The way they run is so, oh hell no. The way they run is so cute. They're like a slinky.
Hey,
Thank God, Maggie.
Yeah, that rescue shouldn't have had to feel like
What rubbed me the wrong way, Bobcat, with that was not only was she trying to have them fill out paperwork, but she didn't even vet them before she let them come and take the horses. And she's saying that they weren't in any immediate danger. So are they or aren't they? Because you didn't have them vetted because they were in immediate danger, but then they aren't in immediate danger. And, which one is it? So again, the contradictories. It's like whatever is okay with the narrative right at that moment is what they go with, but they don't realize that I catch every single one of those little contradictions. And yeah, I'm going to call you out for it. I still have yet to have anybody say a contradictory, something that I've said that was a contradiction to myself. Like actually show a video of me saying that. And when Kathy and I spoke about law enforcement coming to her property, I told her, and this is for on the record, I told her to make sure there wasn't feed in with the horses, because if they go on the property and they see feed with the horses, there's nothing that they can do. Let the man that owns these horses, or the man that is managing these horses, however you want to say it, be held responsible, because he's the one that's supposed to be feeding these horses. And if he doesn't put feed out, and law enforcement comes, then that is on him, because they won't do anything if there's feed out there with the horses at that time. No, don't go starve the horses even more and not feed them ever. But if you know that if you don't put feed out that he's not going to, and you can call law enforcement to come to that day and hold him accountable, then do it. It's not Kathy's responsibility. It was not Kathy's responsibility to feed those horses.
All she had to do is take the feed and put it in the house.
Huh?
All she had to do is take the feed and put it in the house,
Yeah. Or just not take her feed and give it to his horses for that one day. When they leave, if you want to do whatever you want to do because he's already been held accountable, do whatever you need to do. But if you don't put feed out there, your own, because you're not responsible for that, and he doesn't replenish that feed because he's not, and a law enforcement comes that day, then they will now have the ammunition that they need in order to cite him.
But another thing is, as a rescue, when you're asking people to donate money, and then you turn around and give the PayPal card to somebody that you just met and expect them to do the right thing, and you've had people donate that money, and gave them gave Kathy the PayPal card to buy feed and hay, and she'd only known her for 3 days.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a little bit longer than that when she actually got the PayPal card. But
still, she really didn't.
At 3 days or so.
She didn't really know her. How are you going to give her a card that has thousands of dollars on it and expect her to do the right thing of people's money that is donated?
Well, and I think that giving her a PayPal card was dumb when they could have just called the 2 feed stores that are within 5 miles of them or 10 miles and just ordered feed for them to either go pick up or have delivered. That would have been pretty easy to do. And then they're saying that these feed people don't give receipts. Well, I think in this case, you would ask them for a receipt, even a handwritten. But just to hold accountable for where these donations are going. In the end of the day, she also said that, she gave her that PayPal card. I'm like waiting for the skunk to come over. I'm all nervous. I'm like, where is he? I can hear it. I don't see him. I don't smell him. Look in the shadows and see if he's there.
See, Joe Claire, that's my point too. You don't. It's irresponsible to me to give somebody that's not with your rescue access to donated funds.
Hey, Mary.
Even if they don't normally give receipts, that hey guy, she could have just asked him for a receipt. Like, can you please, because this is donated funds, can you write me a receipt? That easy. But the thing that bothered me about the PayPal card was not just that, but was also that she said, I gave that PayPal card to her for anything that she needed. If she needed vetting, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't used for vetting. And also, I don't know if you guys know this, but she actually sprayed cow ivermectin on their butts.
Find a way to.
I've never heard of that.
To worm them. That's how Kathy wormed the horses at first, was that she sprayed ivermectin on their butts.
I've never heard of somebody doing that. I've never heard of that.
I have not either. Yeah.
How's the cavity
I
search?
think I might have a text message somewhere from her saying that, I want to say that their butts were blue or something like that she had sprayed ivermectin. Is there blue ivermectin? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I've never
I'll
bought
have to
anything.
go back so I can double check the exact wording of it, but she had sprayed on their butts. She had sprayed, it was for cows.
I've never bought anything for a cow because I've never had cows.
Yeah, I've never had cows. There's been cows on our property, but like on the property that I board at, but not, they weren't mine.
Yeah, I've never.
It's
Like that, I've never had
Bobcat knows cows. She has cows. And is that toxic to horses, Bobcat?
Yeah, there are. The shell, that's not part of his
I
outfit.
guess we can Google that really quick if Sidectin is
He's a businessman dressed as a businessman.
Sidectin. It would be off-label use for sure. Yeah, I'd have to look it in. Yeah, can you Google that for me really fast, Bobcat? Because she sprayed that on the back of the horse's booties.
And he's dressed as a business
To
picture.
worm them.
If you don't take this seriously,
And where will we be without Google?
Right. And obviously, I'm not making this up, right, guys? Because I don't even know. Maybe it was to kill what was hanging out. I don't know. I don't know that you're supposed to even. So things for cows are not always okay for horses. Like, you don't want to be feeding horses cow cubes or cow feed
No, you can't do that.
because there's a chemical in there that can kill them really fast. Or, sorry, unalive them.
Yeah, yeah. I used to know what that chemical was,
Yeah, I forget it off the top.
but I don't even. I have. That's been
Urea.
so many years ago.
Yeah,
Yep,
you're not
that's it.
supposed to feed this to horses, and they can be unalived from a very small amount of it as well. I believe it causes bloat, if I remember correctly.
Alright. dick or no dick? Oh,
Yeah, I know that to worm your horse, you need to do it orally, but she sprayed it on their booties.
Now, see, I've never heard of anybody spraying any kind of worm medicine on a horse. That
Yeah.
just doesn't.
Yeah, I've only heard of it once, and that was over at this property, and I was like,
We've
what?
heard of it once, but
And
I mean-
what's also funny, here's another thing, you guys, is that, Dana, Claire, Bree were all very against Kathy, like extremely against Kathy. And like to the point they were ready to ruin her entire business by going and reporting her to Oaklawn. And they were saying like, good, I hope it does type deal. In other words, but right around there, I think even one of them was like, F Kathy. And all of a sudden, because it suits their narrative, now all of a sudden like, oh, poor Kathy. And it's because it's the opposite of what I am saying. Anything I say, they're going to say the opposite of no matter what, just because it fits their narrative. But I
And yet
had
they're gonna justify
all
what
those text
they're gonna
threads.
justify the things that she's done.
Yeah, and I was actually protecting Kathy at that point and saying like, no, she's participating. Yeah, they also did it with Christo. Exactly, they sure did. It was the exact same with Christo. They were like trying to get him arrested and have him deported. In fact, I'm gonna start putting up the screenshots for it. Hopefully, if it's a video though, I don't know if it'll show.
What do you want to dodge for? Is he starting a bonfire?
Oh, that's a screenshot. Because it's a video. I went through really quick and made sure I had it all on video before they tried to delete it.
It's cow operation. This is my nephew Luke. He drives a Dodge.
I think boredom is part of it. Wanting to be involved in something is a part of it. Like Amy's always saying, which is really funny, because she always says, I'm not part of ARM, I'm something separate, I'm different. But then she goes on full-on rants about and trying to protect ARM, and gets involved and puts ARM on her lives and answers questions for ARM and is like the talking head for them. But then the moment that you say anything, she's like, oh, I'm not with ARM. I'm like, what the hell? And then it's also, Tessie doesn't do anything. I'm like, okay. But what do you do? Since you don't work for ARM.
And she's always talking about, well, when I go back up there, I'm gonna have to straighten stuff out.
Okay. Straighten what stuff out?
I don't know. She's just gonna have to straighten stuff out around there when she goes back.
I'm not signing these contracts.
I don't know what she's talking about, but I've heard her
I don't
say
either.
that.
Is she talking about when Amy goes back to
She goes back to ARM.
Arkansas or to
No,
Kentucky?
to ARM. When she goes back to ARM, but she's,
Straighten what stuff out? I mean, they've got their shit together over there, don't they? There shouldn't be anything to straighten out.
I don't know what she's talking about.
My cow's now, so you stay the fuck away from it.
I don't know. I can only listen to their stuff for so long before I have to jump off.
They can be quite entertaining sometimes.
Yeah, I for moments, mostly when they're just speaking lies, and then I'll have that, and then I need to start recording my own stuff so I can skip through it, but my phone storage is going to go crazy.
You gotta keep her down, or Abby's gonna.
I already have so much. I'm still waiting for this skunk to pop up on me somewhere. Have you seen me looking over my shoulder? I'm not looking for my husband. Remember they were like, she looked like a ghost walked in when her husband came on. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? My husband doesn't give a shit what I do.
And I have a niece that would probably try to capture that sucker.
Yeah, my son would probably try to capture him.
My niece, she's a grown woman. She's got 5 raccoons.
Trash pandas, those are my fave.
Yeah, she's got 5 of those suckers.
I love them. When I was a kid, now I don't recommend anybody to ever do this, ever. But my mom, she really loves animals, and I was a kid. And there was a